Hey, lovely people. Thanks for joining me at the lovely place. I'm Sean, and today we're not at the lovely place. We are at an equipment auction, but this is not just any equipment auction. This is, of course, heavy-duty equipment for skid steers and tractors and things like that. You're going to see all this. I'm going to walk you through and let you see everything. But I want you to know that this is not your standard auction. This is an online auction that you just bid on from your computer. You might not know these exist, but apparently they're very big time and you can get some really good deals. I've got several bids on some items and I've been getting emails the last day or so saying people have outbid me, so I've got to get back online and see what I need to do. But let's take a look at all this stuff. This is a huge heavy-duty mulcher. We're gonna dig in and see what this is all about. There's some things here I just don't know everything about yet. Maybe you do. All right, so first off, I wanna show you where all this stuff came from. These shipping containers. And so most of this equipment here, all this came from China, and they are not just auctioning off the equipment that you're gonna see, but they're auctioning off the shipping containers, one-time use on these containers. And these have the French doors coming in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these double doors that you can open up and store things. And then it has the storage opening doors on the end there. It's got a really nice floor, and over here it looks like it's got treads where you would drive something in. I'm loving this. I want this for the lovely place, so I have a bid in on this, and right now I am the winning bid on this, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll certainly keep you posted. And there's more shipping containers, I'll show them to you, but I like the color on this one too, and it just looks durable, and it's brand spanking new, so you gotta love that. There's obviously a train nearby. That makes it convenient for these shipping containers to get here, doesn't it? So let's go over here to this heavy-duty mulcher first. It's over here at the front of the line. I've got a bid in on this, and I got outbid at the moment. But yeah, it looks like it may be just the typical universal skid steer. I would say you would need a heavy-duty skid steer, probably with high-flow hydraulics to take care of this. Let me show you the gauge on it. It goes up to, what, 5,800? Is that the PSI on this? I can't tell what that's standing for, but it's got a big old gauge on it regardless. And this brand is Cap Talk. In fact, most of the stuff you'll see here is Cap Talk. On around here, you can see all these teeth. It said there was 50 of these. This is what the teeth look like, and they're replaceable. And you'll eventually wear them out, wear them down. You can maybe sharpen them a little, I don't know. But this is a heavy-duty beast. It's a tall one. It comes up here on me, up to my waist or a little higher. So pretty awesome. Now here are grapples. This is a major grapple. This looks a lot like my WR Long root rake grapple, but this thing, honestly, it looks even more mean. It's got these teeth down here. Serrated areas so that it's gonna grab hold of things. We'll just bounce back and forth. Now, there's a lot of this. Now, this is an odd size for the universal skid steer. I'm assuming this is for a mini skid steer. I guess they have a smaller skid steer adapter here, and these holes that you see down here, they're a different size than the holes that you will see for your standard universal skid steer attachment. And so this is some forks here. Now, here's where I start getting a little confused. I would love to have one of these on the front of my tractor, and because I have my extra hydraulics on the front, but this connection here, this is also for a mini skid steer. I'm assuming there's probably some sort of an adapter plate that you can get to go from a standard skid steer to a mini. They do have adapter plates over there we'll look at in a second. Here's some more forks. Now this is a standard size, and this is the hydraulic ones that I'm assuming it must move them in and out, side to side, which is pretty cool. There's another set of those. Over here, well, if you had an ATV and you needed to put some seats in it, in the back or something, there's several of these. There's a bunch of them. This is your standard skid steer. And right here, I think, is a stump grinder, isn't it? It's a mean looking machine. Let's see if it tells us exactly what this is. But I'm pretty sure that's a stump grinder. You could put that on the front of your skid steer. I just don't know how much of this will work on a tractor. Yeah, stump grinder. So many things to learn about here. Now look at this. What in the world? This is a flail mower, I think. And it's got your standard, let's see, now this is actually a separate unit here. This is some sort of a, like a wood grapple. It's not the grapple, but it just slides in under and lifts things up. But this is a flail mower, and it's got your typical skid steer attachment. And check out the blades on these. Those are sharp. It's got the chains on the front to keep stuff from getting tossed out. And yeah, let's see if that's what it says it is. Skid steer flail mower, yeah. So from what I understand, these flail mowers are amazing. There you go, made in China. So this mulcher is the model number CK72X, and I want this one. If I'm correct, and I could be wrong because I bid on quite a few items, and I bid low on stuff so far. I had the winning bid on this for a while. I'm not sure if I still do or not, but this one's big, but it's not nearly as massive as that first one I showed you. This one, I think, might be more likely to be able to be used on a standard skid steer. Could be wrong. It may still take a high flow. I don't know. But dude, talk about cutting some trails there at the lovely place down in the back 40 acres. I've already done a whole lot with our DR 34-inch brush cutter, and it's a walk behind. And that thing's awesome, but hey, you get a skid steer, attach one of these mulchers to it, ain't no comparison. I'm gonna pull you in close and let you see this, because this one I want. You might just see this one at the lovely place. Wish me luck. All right, so just pulling you in here, letting you see these teeth and what they look like. And yes, they should be replaceable. You should be able to pull those off with a fitting and replace those as they get broken. But yeah, so it's a 72-incher, and it's pretty compact, you know. That's not that huge. Definitely got potential. I wonder what one of these would do on the front of a tractor. I'd probably be crazy for trying to do that, but I wonder. Now, something I'm noticing is these may not fit on any tractor, because you guys know this better than me, but is this right here the standard width apart that you have on your tractor? I think it might be. That might be about where the loader bucket connects, or my grapple. But it just seems like this is kind of short in the width. I'm gonna compare that to that other one down there and just see if it's about the same. But before I do, let me let you see the label on this one. Yeah, it's a beast too. Yeah, so just a quick stroll back here to this one. Yeah, that's the same width apart. So yeah, it should work. I think we're good, but yeah, you can see the difference in size. Here's my hand on this one compared to that other one. And we'll go around to the blades here, and you can see how massive this is and how many more blades. This one, or they call them teeth. This one, I think it had 50 teeth. 50 teeth. Let's see what that other one had. And this one also has 50 teeth. It's just a difference between a Piranha and a T-Rex. More forks. Now here's some plates. These are the adapters for a mini skid steer plate. So you put this on something that does not have your mini skid steer plate on it, I guess on the equipment itself, and you can adapt equipment for that, is what I'm assuming that's for. They also have, I'll come back over here in a second, but they also have some big ones for your standard skid steer plates. Interesting. Oh my, look at this, guys. This is like a jackhammer. Let's see what they call this here. It's a pile hammer, and it's hydraulic driven, of course. And it's standard universal skid steer, I think. This one will take the rock and break it up. So this is just a real good hammer that's going to bust up rock. I've rented a mini excavator before, and I had to bust up a bunch of rock using something like this on my driveway. More hydraulic forks, regular forks, more forks. Now here's something unique. This is a grapple bucket, and it's a center one that goes on the skid steer that allows you to just grab up stuff that's gonna be able to be. This is not just that. Look at these big old teeth on this, y'all. This is to dig into some dirt and gravel and just start pulling up stuff. This looks like a stump puller to me. This looks like something that you would dig up under a stump and yank it out. Here it is right here. Stump grab bucket, that's what it is. That will do it. And now here's some things I want your information on. What's the deal with these pins here? This is where the pin go. I'll show you. They have some pin adapters, it looks like. I'm gonna come back, but let's grab one of these and see if, no, that's not gonna fit in that. That's a lot closer together than this is. This is very wide. I just don't know what this connects to or what you need to connect to this either. And this looks like an extender for the pin unit, whatever you would need to utilize that thing. This, I guess, extends it out further. Let's drop this back in here. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff to look at here while we're over here. For example, you got this, and there's the pin connections for that. This is a compaction wheel, and look at those big pin spots down there. I just don't know. I know tractors a little bit with my limited experience, but I have no idea. It's hot out here, I know. I have no idea what all these connections are for, but please let me know, because I don't want to bid on something and not be able to use it. Now look at this. This is a boom. This is a forklift telescopic boom. So your forks, they go right in here, okay? So you can lift this thing up and you can extend that boom out, and you can lift up a bunch of things, place things up high. It's got the hook down here. That would be nice to have. And that you could use with your tractor. Over here, we got a 4-in-1 bucket. Yeah, skid steer 4-in-1 bucket. This is the kind that you can flip this up. See that gap between here? And you can scrape the ground. You can bucket up dirt. You can do a lot of different things. I don't know all the different capabilities of it, but there's a few. A little grapple here for the Mini. Tell me if I'm wrong, whether or not this is for the Mini, those things that I'm talking about. Let's just go through here and see if there's anything we're interested in. Don't know much about that. Of course, I've talked about these. These are some fork extensions. There's a lot of those. It's a 10-footer right there. But this might be the type of place you want to search when you're looking to buy some heavy equipment. Now, I have a bid on one of these, and I think I just got outbid on it, but we'll see how high it goes. I'll be bidding again. This, of course, is attachable to your front end, your skid steer. I may have to get a skid steer if I get a few of these things, guys, because I want one so bad. Mini skid steer bucket right here, like a little excavator bucket. Now this is a vibrating roller. So you put this on your skid steer. I guess if you lay down some dirt or gravel, and you can just pack that stuff in. Pretty slick. What in the world is this? It's got some kind of auger in there. This is a mixing bucket. So is it for concrete? I'm assuming so. But yeah, for somebody who needs this kind of thing, there you go. Look at these. Now that would be to drill into a stump, I believe. See the point on that, the bit? And again, it's got this connection here that I don't know anything about. There's some extra tracks right here. What do they call this one anyway? I don't see a label on it. I'm gonna step away from the equipment and we're gonna come back to that, but you gotta see this. This is a portable restroom unit. I want it, I need it for the lovely place. Look how pristine, look how cool this is. You got a sink here, got your toilet, you got your shower curtain. This is really neat. Got a little drain down there, a vented window. And up here, it looks like there's some kind of an electrical. Oh, I hope I'm not locked in. Well, that would stink, wouldn't it? That would be bad. There's no electricity hooked up. So here's a breaker box. That scared me. Let's look in the back here, because there are some connections back here. You have your black water coming out. I guess your gray. And there's your cold and hot. You could put you a little portable propane gas tank here for your water heater. Put your water heater up there. Be in business. It is hot out here in this parking lot, y'all. All right, some nice fencing here, all strapped together, brand spanking new. Speaking of fencing, they have galvanized welded wire mesh. This one is 2x4 squares. It's a whole like pallet of that. And then over here, you've got a stack of these that have it starts off 3.5 tall all the way down to 8 inches. It just gradually goes up. It's 4 feet tall. That and over there's 5 feet tall. There's 10 rolls right here. Good for cattle. I might need some of this. Look at these buildings. We're gonna come back to this in a second. Farm entry gates. So I'm gonna try to focus on just showing you things that you've not already seen, and I think this is one of them. This is a major hedge trimmer scenario we got going here just for the purposes of size. Look where my finger goes there. It's kind of nerve-wracking just to put my finger there. So yeah, it's got the pin connection here. I gotta know, somebody's gotta tell me what that connects to. We won't talk about that no more. Somebody's gonna tell me. I'll do some more research. But yeah, it's got the hydraulic hoses to drive that thing. And I'm assuming if you get it on your skid steer, it's gotta be able to turn and angle a certain direction if you need it to. Post hole diggers, I am bidding on these, but again, I don't know how I'm gonna connect it to the front of my tractor. We'll figure that out. I'm sure there's a way. I have no clue what this tank's all about on here, but this is some sort of a hammer. You can see this here, this anvil that goes inside of here. And something about that tank drives it, even though it's got hydraulics. Maybe it doesn't drive it, but what's that tank all about? They got pallets full of hoses, and then a pallet full of these seats that you can mount wherever you need to. So here's you another mixing bucket. This one has a big old hose in here that I don't know what that's all about. Maybe you can connect to it and blow stuff out as you mix it. Not really sure. On the back of it, of course it's skid steer. On the back, it's got this area so you can duct in or out, I'm assuming. I don't know if you already saw one of these, but this is for mini skid steer, and it's one of those hammers. Another big old auger. Some more farm gates. Tons of jumper cables over here that they're auctioning off to. So they got just about anything you need here. Now this is a neat little set. This has your different size augers, like that's probably about a 9-inch. That looks like a 12-inch or so. This whole pallet comes together. You got different buckets and little grapples. Same thing for this. And this one's kind of neat. This one, that's probably, I don't know, is that a 9-inch? This looks bigger than a 12-inch, and there's your 12 over there. This has this big old box unit here for driving, I guess, the hydraulics. I'm not really sure. This has a plate, and this looks like maybe this is your standard skid steer, universal skid steer plate right here. So you connect this to your tractor or your skid steer, this here pin here, along with this right here. That's what's going to hold, I guess, this box. Yeah, so this pin for this box goes through right here, and the box rests right in there, and those hoses are going to drive that. I got a bid on these. I think I could possibly use these the way it sits. Tell me if I'm right or wrong with just a tractor. It's a 75 horse Case IH 75C with universal skid steer attachments. And here's another one of those. So I'm absolutely gonna be bidding on these. I hope I get one. I'll show it off to you if I do. Here's more of these trenchers. Let's see what they have the name on it. They just call it a skid steer trencher. More grapples, more mixing buckets. Here's a pretty massive grapple right here. And then you got these storage units, these small ones, make a nice little office, or this would make a great battery house for your solar. You could insulate that. See, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about, because we're putting solar power down at the lovely place. Look at this big old monster grapple. I think it might be the same as that other one. It's just turned a different direction. I believe they're 72 inches. That's the same size as my WR long grapple that I use on my tractor. So these could be used on your tractor if you got a big enough tractor. A lot of this stuff can be. Not this, not that. That's a monster. Now, tell me if anybody knows anything about this. So first of all, this is a flimsy metal plate, okay? And this is some kind of cutter. It looks like it would cut brush, not heavy stuff, because this is a thin little blade, y'all. But it's got the pins. What in the world do you do with that? And we've seen one of these for a mini. This is for a standard skid steer plate right here. Another one of those. I know I'm sweet and everything because I'm about to melt out here. It's happening right now. It is hot. Out here on this concrete pavement, I bet you it's 110 degrees. I wonder what it is actually right now. There's no way it's only 87 degrees. Lord help, it's the humidity. All right. So you're not gonna believe what I'm gonna show you next. I gave you a little clue a minute ago, but let's check these out. Did I show you those? I think I did. That's not what I'm talking about, but I love that. This is what I'm referring to. They've got a ton of buildings here. And look, it's all in these crates that are brand new. This is 33 by 25 double garage steel barn. The current bids on these are like in the $900 range. Insane. There's a bunch. Let me show you. This is a 23 by 22. There's a stack of a couple of those. Oh, by the way, here's another, looks like a 40 footer. This one does not have the French doors. It's just got the door on the side of it. All right, now check this out. This is big, 42 feet by 30. I'm gonna be bidding on these guys. I may get a few buildings for up there at the property. You know, we could use them for a variety of things. Got 60 acres and would love to have some barns. Love to have places to put the equipment, some equipment sheds. You got this overhang here. You could park an RV under there if you had one. Trailer, I've got trailers I need to park under there. Here's another one just like it, 42 by 30. So yeah, there's more over here, 45 by 25. Let's take a peek here. That's a double car garage, 45 feet long, 25 feet wide. What would you pay for something like that? Over here, 12 by 20 feet. There's my bathroom, 33 by 25. And this comes with everything you see in the photo. It's got the metal and everything. It's not just the frames. This one is like a carport cover, like maybe for an RV. It's only 9 feet tall, so something pretty small. 45 by 25, nice garage there. 14 feet tall at the gable. 33 by 25, we've seen one of those, I think. And then over here, this one's a different one. This is basically a lean-to, 20 feet width, 11 feet high on the front, 9 in the back, and 12 feet deep. That would come in handy. Backing up some implements into there would be nice. There's 2 more of those. Got your 23 by 22s. More of these. They're calling these a livestock metal shed. That's what this one's called here. It's 20 by 12. Makes sense. You could use that as a wood shed too. That would be sweet. Whew. Man. Could spend some money here. Oh, there's a couple things in here I've bid on too I want to show you. No, it's not the electric bike. It's these high pressure grease pumps. And this, what do we got here? If this is what I think it is, the gas tank pump. Yeah, fuel transfer pump. That's what I've bid on. Those things are not cheap, y'all. So we'll see what we can get that for. All right, well, lovely people, I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing some of the stuff that's here at this online auction. Maybe it's inspired you to get online and find one of these auctions. They're apparently all over the place. I'm in Tennessee, and if you're not in Tennessee, you're in another state. I'm sure you've got auction yards like this there as well, and a lot of them now are online, and you can get some great deals. We'll see how this lands, but as I mentioned, I've bid on several things. Several I've been outbid on, but we're gonna go back on there and see what we can do. I mean, having some of these buildings out there at the lovely place, the shipping containers, some of this equipment like that mulcher. I've got a farmer buddy who's got a skid steer that I can rent it at a very reasonable price. If I were to get a mulcher connected to the front of his skid steer and go out there and cut some trails, it would be a blessing, I tell you. He's got a bush hog on the front of it, so even that's gonna be fantastic. But these mulchers, they're amazing. There's nothing to clean up after. It just puts it all back on the ground and you got you a nice walking trail. But yeah, there's all kinds of here, these farm fences, the gates, you name it. We'll see what happens. But I hope, if nothing else, this has been a little entertaining to you, or it maybe inspired you to learn more about this equipment like it has me, or to get out there and get you some yourself. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this to you because I thought it was worth showing you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Next time I see you, hopefully I'll be down at the lovely place. God bless you. Take care. We'll see you next time.